speed and my heart's running fast.
Last time I made a video about differences between Poland and Romania, and it became one of the most popular videos on my channel. But the truth is, that was not everything. After living here longer, I started noticing even more things that are very different. Small things, daily life, mentality, things you don't see as a tourist. So today I want to share 5 more differences between Poles and Romanians that really surprised me. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to watch more on my channel From Mora with Love and stay with me till the end. Hi, vedem. So the first difference I noticed is rules versus reality. In Poland, people usually follow the rules more. Things are more official, more structured. But in Romania, sometimes it feels like there are rules, but there is also another way to solve things. For example, one time I went with my wife to see a house for sale, and everything looked nice, but there was no gas connection. And then someone suggested that if we want to connect the gas faster, we might need to pay something extra, unofficially. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. I'm not saying this is everywhere, and of course corruption exists in Poland too. I remember when I was younger, people used to bring envelopes to doctors or small gifts like chocolates just to be treated better in public hospitals. So it's not like Poland is perfect. But I feel like in Romania, this kind of unofficial way of doing things is still a bit more visible in everyday life. It's just a different reality. Așa e viața aici. The second difference I noticed is freedom in daily life. Here in Romania, people just feel more free to do simple things. For example, recently we had a barbecue right outside our apartment, and it wasn't just once. It's like neighbors do it several times a week. Everyone is outside, grilling, laughing, spending time together, and nobody makes a problem out of it. Look! This is typical in Romania. They were eating sunflower seeds here. They sat here and ate them. And who's going to clean this up? Can you imagine doing that in Poland? But anyway, speaking of grilling, you would probably get a fine immediately. City inspectors would show up, maybe even the police. Everything would be strict. But here, people just enjoy life. They do small things that make them happy, and no one overreacts. This kind of everyday freedom really surprised me, and it's something I really love about living here. Libertate de zi cu zi. The third difference I noticed is village versus city lifestyle. Here in Romania, village life is still alive, and I really love that. People still raise animals, grow their own plants in gardens, and live in a way that feels connected to the land. In Poland, honestly, I feel like village life doesn't really exist anymore. There are big farms, sure, but small farms with cows, pigs, chickens, horses, ducks, geese, it's very rare. Even in my nearby neighborhood in Popești-Lordeni, Romania, people have horses. When you walk to the metro, you can smell the horses. The smell of manure. You don't really see them because of the fences, but they are there. Even in the city, you can feel like you are in the countryside sometimes. That just doesn't happen in Poland. It's a living village, right in people's daily lives. Viața la sat încă există. The fourth difference I noticed is customer service experience. Here in Romania, I sometimes feel less comfortable than in Poland. For example, when I go shopping and I bring some items from outside, the staff often tell me to leave them in a locker, or if there is no locker, leave them at the checkout. They want to make sure nothing gets stolen. Sometimes, even with just one bottle of water, the security guard puts a sticker on it to show it wasn't bought in the store. And sometimes, security or the staff are a bit unfriendly if you ask questions or try to explain yourself. In Poland, it's different. You don't get treated like that. But funny enough, there is a different type of problem in Poland. If you pay with cash, they always want exact change. If you don't have the right coins, the cashier can get frustrated. And if several customers pay with big bills, sometimes the cashier ends up with a pile of change. And let's just say it's stressful for them too. So it's just different ways of interacting with customers. Serviciul clienții e diferit. The fifth difference I notice is work mentality. In Poland, I feel like there is a real work culture. People take work very seriously, fast, intense, always doing more. I remember talking to my uncle recently, and he even said it. In Poland, there is a work cult. People often have 2 jobs, sometimes 3. They work weekends and everyone wants to do as much as possible. Stress is very high. I remember my own jobs in Poland. Working in a factory assembling truck wheels, we had to write reports about how many wheels each person finished. Or in macro, the manager always had a list of tasks for us, one after another. There was no time to rest, no proper lunch or breakfast break. Everything was fast, fast, fast. Here in Romania, life feels slower. People work, yes, but there is more balance, less stress. You can take your time, enjoy the day. And I really like that. Totul este mai liniștit aici. So, that's it. 5 more differences between Poles and Romanians that really surprised me. To summarize, rules versus reality, freedom in daily life, village versus city lifestyle, customer service and work mentality, Poland is faster, more structured, more stressful in some ways. Romania is slower, freer, more relaxed and full of surprises. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to my channel and share this video so it can travel through the YouTube depths. Let's see how far it goes. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Until next time, keep observing, keep exploring and keep comparing life around the world. Ne vedem data viitoare!
I'm trying harder. Feels like it is best to look inside.